shoot. I'm not ready.
You're not ready?
I'm not ready.
All right, well, that's all right. We're rolling, so we can get ready. And this is the pre-show.
This is the pre.
We have our post coverage.
Should this be exclusive content to YouTube as well? Yes. You get exclusive as we prepare.
Mike and Johnny got it going on yet.
No, not yet.
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
We're working on getting it on.
Easy.
Not together. Got it going on. We're not putting this in anything.
No.
You're editing.
You want this
right?
out? Okay,
Yes.
I can edit this out. I think it should stay in. It's exclusive YouTube content.
It sure
this is your inside peek at Mike and John preparing for their show.
Yes, we've just moved the milk crate a little bit for better stability. Moved a few cords out of the way so I don't bump anything and shake the camera again.
Well, things happen. What are you going to do? It is what it is.
All right. Are we about ready yet?
I don't know.
You should know.
I should, but
I don't want to waste all the good material before we even go on.
All right. Are you ready now?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
All right.
Are you ready?
All right. I don't need to edit that crap.
All right.
Start that all over
Take
again.
2.
All right. Here we go. You ready? All right.
I'm ready.
Now we're rocking.
We're rocking.
You're listening to Mike and John Got It Going On, a Livingston County-based podcast that's based in, Livingston County. And now, Mike and John.
Are you ready?
Sure.
You had a pregnant pause going on there.
Sure.
Hey, it's Mike Marino and John King from Mike and John Got It Going On. Here we are Thursday morning. Today officially is National Trading Card Day.
Oh.
National Trading Card Day. Do you got any, did you collect any baseball cards?
I do. I could
cards,
go dig them out. They're down here in my groovy pod pad, tucked away, my collectibles.
What kind of collectibles do you got?
I have some Beetle trading cards.
I saw some of those on Marketplace.
From the early 60s.
I saw some from the 90s.
Oh, no, I got some original. I bought them at a Beetle convention back in the 90s.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's probably your retirement.
And I do have some old football and baseball cards from when I was a kid.
I saved all my Detroit Tiger cards from the 70s, early 70s, maybe a few from the late 60s. L. K-Line, Tom Timmerman.
Oh, man.
Remember Tom
You got
Timmerman?
a K-Line?
Eddie Brinkman. All the names that matter.
I would have, Vern Rule.
Well, I probably had Vern Rules. Do you remember getting trading cards from the machines? Instead of buying the packages, you'd put like a nickel in or 15 cents, and you pull the slot, and 4 or 5 cards would come out.
Are you sure you weren't buying cigarettes?
Yeah, it was right next to the smoke machine.
Because back then they didn't care. Kids say, yeah, here's your Winstons, and your gum. 70s, thanks.
That's why we are the way we are today. So yeah, it's National Trading Card Day. It's Tortilla Day.
Right.
World Bartender Day, and I think we all know who everybody's favorite bartender is. Don't we?
Well, who's your favorite bartender?
Isaac.
Oh, you go Isaac?
Boat. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I go Coach.
You go Coach?
We recently, a while, not that long, we binged through the old Cheers episodes. Hadn't seen those in years. And I really appreciated how funny I thought he was. Coach was a great guy. I liked him.
Well, and of course you got Mayday Malone. He was still a bartender.
Right, and then you got Woody. I mean, there's 3 bartenders. It's a show about a bar, so.
You got him a bartender.
You're right. But Isaac is the classic.
I think everybody likes Isaac.
Right, Isaac was the classic.
On the promenade deck today. Well, Gopher's getting in trouble with Julie.
On the poop deck. So
Bartender Day today. We salute bartenders. What are you having?
Well, having some Jameson. Yeah, another appearance. Somebody commented, I love the appearance of the Jameson.
It's like a third man on the show today. All right, so that stuff's going on. Of course, we're brought to you by Firehouse Doors in Howell. If you need garage door needs repair, new garage door, Firehouse Doors can take care of you, of course. Our major sponsor, 810-599-7480.
Right. And coming up in just a few minutes, we'll be talking with Suzanne Kowalski with Fight for Livingston, local community group that has come together sort of out of the fight to, turn back efforts for a gravel pit and then an asphalt plant. And so we'll be talking to her about what they've got on the horizon.
So we'll get to that. Laura Mandernack joining us. Community Theater of Howell has a fundraiser going on this weekend. We're going to talk to her about that. And we posted a question yesterday on the Mike and John Got It Going On Facebook page regarding potholes and the roads here in Livingston County. I know there's been a lot of reports statewide about the worst roads and big potholes.
Right. Now, one stretch, and so we asked, what are the worst stretches in Livingston County? And I saw numerous answers, and I know this to be true. 96 east and west, right by the Lake Chemung exit there.
Yeah.
And the entrance ramp, right by Champion Chevrolet.
Even in good times, the westbound, when you're coming to that Chemung
If you're in
ramp,
the far right lane.
far right lane.
Yeah.
When I used to ride my motorcycle
Oh, God.
to the radio station, it was like, and it's in your car too. So I would always stay in the left or the center lane until I got right to that exit.
Right.
Just because I knew it was going to be a rough road.
Absolutely.
So that's even without potholes.
And there's times, and I think people that drive that don't regularly drive that route, and so
Yeah.
it comes up as a surprise to them. I think they think like, oh my God, I've got a flat tire,
Yeah.
or my my axle broke or whatever. That is one of the worst.
And
stretches,
that was
yeah.
not anything that had to do with potholes. It was just crappy construction.
Well,
wasn't it?
the thing is I think I don't know if it has to do with the particular land that it's built on, because they've repaired it a number of times,
Yeah.
and then it comes back. So I think it's just the way the road is.
It's a burial ground.
You know,
There's something underneath
Right.
there.
Um,
and there's also the ramp from Grand River at the Chemung
Right.
exit
So-
going on to
Right.
eastbound 96.
Exactly.
They're always fixing that.
Right.
And,
So-
and no matter where you're at on that ramp, there's got to be a spot somewhere. And all they do is they throw that asphalt in there and they hope the cars will ride over it and make it smooth. And it lasts about, an hour and a half.
Yeah, I agree. It's horrible. Other sections, section on Mason Road just before the bump heading west towards Fowlerville. I love how the bump is now a permanent feature. You know, right before the bump, turn left. It's 2 bumps after this. You know,
Exactly.
3 bumps, then turn left. Got it. Thanks.
And of course, a lot of comments about dirt roads. And there's nothing more frustrating than getting your car washed.
Oh.
And all of a sudden dirt road now.
You know, when the other week we went to the Torch 180 fundraiser.
Yeah.
All right. So I got to stop doing this.
No, you don't.
I see myself doing this. I'm like,
Yeah.
what am I doing? So
does it all the
on the radio, it didn't matter. I could do this all the time. You were the only one that I annoyed with that. Now I'm annoying myself. with this.
Everybody.
Well, yeah. So I put into my navigation or whatever to get there, and I remember, and I just got my car washed, and it took me off D19, and I thought, I'll just take D19 into Pinckney, and then I'll just get down to the Whispering Pines. But it suddenly took me a left. I think I forgot where, it's Swarthout or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this better not be a dirt road. And better not be a dirt road. It's a dirt road. So
Well, some of them appear to be cement, but they're really dirt because of all the potholes.
well, that's true too.
Yeah.
Swarthout, dirt portion until D19. Exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And then people, like you said, mentioned Cemetery Street in Fowlerville. So many potholes due to the snow and melting. I swear my soul left my body for a minute. I was convinced my car would disintegrate before I made it back to paved roads. And then, let's see, Jackie mentioned a certain former employment place of ours is kind of a pothole now.
It was kind of going. The road was getting rough before.
It really was.
By the way, today is Make Your Old Boss's Face Day. Go ahead. Remember how you used to do that at work? Come on. Remember, you got to do.
Not the top boss, but the immediate boss.
I just. Make your boss's face.
You either
day.
know or you don't know.
If you would like to post a picture on our Mike and John Facebook page of your boss's face, go ahead.
Right.
Do you want me to show your own caricature?
No.
Okay. We won't go there.
Someday, maybe we'll talk about the old characters at the old place. The fiasco that
was John.
ridiculousness wasn't me.
No, it was the drawing of it.
I'm like,
And
what is going on? Oh, God.
And then when they put them together, it had John almost humping the midday girl. You're like, what are you thinking?
It was like, what is going on here?
Okay, let's move on. Where are we at?
Yeah,
Are we still on the roads?
I don't know. No. So thank you for all your answers, and
that was a lot of fun.
very, very fun. So I did get to try out. I'm doing this again.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna put my hands in my pocket.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Right. What's he doing under here?
I need to
Hey,
get- we
what's
need to-
happening? All
Do
right.
we need to get handcuffs for you or what?
So I went to Lala's 2 in Brighton.
Yeah,
we talked to the chef Allie Little the other day, and I went and I ordered the rock and rye Sammy and the couscous salad. I went and picked that up yesterday.
How was the couscous?
It was very, very. It's Israeli.
fun to
It's
see.
Israeli couscous.
What's in the couscous?
Well, couscous.
What is couscous?
It's like
some of our listeners and viewers.
It's like
might
a
not know
round.
what
It's
a
like a
couscous
round
is.
grain almost. It's rice-like. It's not
Yeah.
rice though, but it's a round type of grain. It's very good.
Is it chewy like a pea?
No,
Crunchy?
Not really. It's kind of
In
in between.
between?
It's like
It's a tweener.
Yeah.
It's a tweener.
It's a tweener.
Legume.
It's not crunchy. It's like, well, it's kind of like pasta. If you like your pasta a little al dente with a little bite to it, or do you like it, soft, whatever.
El dente.
It's kind of in the middle.
Sounds like a drug dealer. El dente.
Yes, al dente.
We've got
get you the
el
water al
dente.
dente.
We've got el dente cornered.
I'm trying to do a review here. So I went
Let's
into
get back to Sandwich.
I went into the store, their location on West Main Street, and Allie's mom, Mary, was behind the counter. Lovely woman, and talked with her for a few minutes. Picked up my food, and
You ate it.
I did. So I got the rock and rice Sammy and the couscous salad, which I brought back for me and my wife to enjoy yesterday for lunch. And Mary threw in. She said, "Oh, here, let me throw in these homemade chips." Ooh. Now my wife is probably, when she listens to this, she's going to go, "What chips?" I might have eaten those. I might have eaten those on the way home. I'm like, well, I wonder what these taste like. Well, so anyway, great.
That was
food.
the appetizer then.
Exactly. And
An on the road appetizer.
It was very appetizing. Anyway, awesome food. I'm definitely going back to Lala's too in Brighton. And you know what? I highly recommend it. It's gourmet to go. Go to their website, check it out. And when you stop in, just, hey, say I heard about you on Mike and John. Got it going on.
And mention John ate the chips before they got home.
Right. That's how good they are. Homemade, they were awesome.
It's a good thing you didn't hit any potholes on your way.
There were a few crumbs. Evidence.
Yeah. You got a little residue on the shirt. And the sandwich was good too. Your Sammy?
Oh, God, it was really good.
All right,
brisket with the rock and rye barbecue sauce. And then there was some coleslaw. And the brisket was cold. Now, you could heat it up. And she put it in a plate so you could assemble your sandwich yourself. So if you wanted to heat up the brisket, you could. I ate it cold, which was awesome.
All right.
Very good.
So you could build it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could take it apart yourself if you want.
You can, yeah, it's exactly however you want it.
You ever notice how Americans, when they get into a food discussion, it does become very passionate.
Oh, God,
You were very passionate about that.
Well, it was good.
And it's I'm just saying, when you hear coworkers or family or friends and they just start going on and on, it's right. Like we've never eaten before.
Oh, we've eaten. Have you met Americans?
Yes, we have eaten.
We've eaten quite a lot. We have.
All right, coming up, we're going to talk with Suzanne Kowalski from Fight for Livingston. And today, I just saw this yesterday that Tom Brady has moved on. Obviously he retired. Much like we did.
When's he going to start his podcast in his basement?
He's actually going to make a movie.
Sure.
Jerk. Mike and John got it going on. The movie.
Wait a minute.
Coming 2024.
Sure.
We've got a screen. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Free advertising.
Mike's Fitness. You have a fitness business?
I do.
Oh,
do I have to pay for this advertising?
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me email you our rates.
Tom Brady's decided to make a movie in Hollywood, 80 for Brady. It'll star Hollywood icons like Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, and Sally Field. It's inspired by a true story of four besties, best friends. They're old friends, as you can tell by the names, who go to see the New England Patriots, who take a life-changing trip to the Super Bowl in 2017. See their favorite quarterback, Tom Brady.
80 for Brady.
80 for Brady.
Like it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of good.
Yeah, it's a great cast. I mean,
So
all right. So that'll be interesting to see if he makes more money than we do.
I don't think he has to worry about that.
Obviously, dipping into the Jamesons I have been.
That was the dessert after the sandwich and the couscous salad.
Right. Hey, I want to thank Christina Maria Photo, of course, sponsor of the show. And as we talked about, Christina Maria, really great at capturing those milestone moments, whether you're expecting, have a newborn,
what if you get a new puppy? Wouldn't that be a fun photo to have?
Absolutely. Think about it. Yeah. I mean, we all take pics of our dogs or our cats or whatever, and we, post them to Facebook or whatever. And of course, we all think I've got a phone on my, I've got a camera on my phone. I'm a photographer. No, you're not.
Christina Maria is a photographer.
Right. To capture those milestone moments and really has, like I said, a great rapport with kids if she's doing senior portraits, things like that. Really has a way to capture those moments, whatever it may be in your life. And we all have those milestone moments through life. And I think Christina Maria Photo really does a great job. And you can see for yourself. Go to the website. It's christinamaria.photo. and you can take a look at some of the samples there, read some of the rave reviews, or just give her a call. You want to ask her some questions? Again, she's available to talk to you, 810-923-4144. All the options available at Christina Maria Photo. Any kind of thing you want. It's more than just a photo package, which of course is great to use. But additional digital images, canvases, a whole a la carte menu you can take.
Make it an experience, like John and I are going to do. We're going to go hit hot spots around Livingston County, and have Christina show up and take our pictures.
And so, Christina, this is us saying to you that we'd like you to take our photos if you don't mind.
I think the first place we should go is a ranch.
A ranch?
We'll go to somebody. We have friends that have horses. We could sit on the horses like we're. No. I'm not doing that to a horse. You don't.
No.
No, you don't. Well, I'll take the pony. You can get the horse.
Not doing that to a horse.
Oh, come on.
No.
And Clay Hoss.
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
Cowboy hat.
Sure, I'll wear chaps.
Of course.
But I'm not getting on a horse.
Well, we have a friend, our good friend Ukulele Beth, who can get you some.
Oh,
chaps.
that's true. Or a holster.
Nothing but a holster.
But no leather thongs. Whatever,
No.
Beth.
Gosh, no.
So, yeah, Christina Maria Photo, 810-923-41.
Yeah, she'll do a great job for you. And, of course, Senior Portraits, as John mentioned, that's a big milestone for folks. Suzanne Kowalski going to be joining us in just a few minutes.
Our Community Spotlight segment, brought to you by Jordan Genso with the Genso team at RE/MAX Platinum. Jordan, a realtor by profession, 15 years of experience and a passion for building our community. An expert in what's happening locally. You can put that experience to use when you need a listing agent. Call Jordan Genso, 248-444-9777. Of course, the sponsor of our Community Spotlight.
Hello.
Hi, Suzanne. It's Mike and John. And Mike and John got it going on. How you doing today?
Hey, Mike. Hi, John. I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing good. And, of course, you're our Community Spotlight today for Fight for Livingston. And let's, for those that don't know about Fight for Livingston, what you're all about, why don't you give us a brief synopsis?
Yeah, I mean, this group came out of the effort that I think kind of began with the gravel pit effort that came up in Genoa Township, and then most recently the asphalt plant. Both of those were turned away by citizen action, and then you were involved most intricately with the asphalt plant. But then Fight for Livingston came out of that. So, kind of, what was the thought behind this, creating Fight for Livingston?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the truth is that most change happens at the local level. And when communities stand together to make their voices heard, they can make a really big difference. And we've seen this with things like the gravel pit or the asphalt group. So we combined together and made this page, Fight for Livingston, in efforts to spread community awareness about key votes, proposals that are going on to help people stay informed and in the loop and combine together and have their voices heard. So that's where that came out of.
One of the criticisms that's been out there, both with the gravel pit and the asphalt plant, is, hey, we just earlier this show, we were talking about, the worst roads in Livingston County, and people had a lot of places, and people were saying, like, well, hey, we need gravel and we need asphalt. So one of the criticisms that I've seen, leveled at some of these efforts is like, it's a bit of a NIMBY, it's not in my backyard. Go put that somewhere else, not here. So how do you respond when people say that? Like, hey, this is pretty short-sighted. Why not?
Well, and, it comes along with the cost of doing business. These proposals are not in areas that are meant for high-density residential areas, especially when the impact they could have with silicosis and, just health impacts. So, I mean, as an individual, I'm not against, an asphalt plant, and I'm not against a gravel pit, but location is always key. And simply put, both those proposals, that location is not meant because of how close it is to, lakes and high residential areas.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Have there been suggested other locations for both the gravel pit and the asphalt facility?
To my knowledge, I have not recommended a place. I put that more on the companies that are proposing to do business in these places. What's going to make you a better neighbor for high residential areas. And I mean, it's mainly just, that business's proposal. They've got to really look into, is moving their location to a high residential area beneficial for the residents that reside there.
I would think they would have thought that out before they even proposed it. Well, I would think that, but you never
right.
know.
That's a great point in terms of I got the sense that the developers, especially with the asphalt plant, I think they were somewhat kind of surprised by and it seemed like maybe you didn't do your homework, like maybe you didn't look around and think no one really wants to live next to an asphalt plant. We want asphalt, but
sure,
do I want to
smells
live?
good.
Yeah, do I want to live next to one? No.
Right. Well, definitely, and I can see from their point of view as a business, when they have these proposals, they're looking out for their best interest. So proposals oftentimes become very one-sided. I mean, they could hope that it would initiate a good outcome for individuals surrounding their location. But in short, that proposal, it's benefiting their greater good and not the greater good of the community. And so, working through this process and having an active role with the asphalt plant opposition, I have developed a great appreciation for the process that takes place. We have those processes, the planning commission, they're a gateway, to push these proposals on to the board of trustees, and they have mechanisms set up, variances set up, or ordinances set up, to protect the greater good. Unfortunately, when it happened, the proposal happened, it did get through the planning commission, and I think the challenge was all the questions and concerns that they were raising, they were asking the applicant themselves. And, the applicant's number one, is to get a yes vote so they could expand their business. So, the proposals are one-sided. So it's just, research is huge. And, I think that's where our group came in, is we did a lot of the research. Tyrone Township helped us because they combated that same thing. We had professionals, scientists that, had actual factual knowledge and research, so we could explain that and, send emails and connect with our local representatives of the township and share with them that information. I think a big part of it was the due diligence, wasn't fully performed, and, not at their fault, because they did have the same concerns, but they got those answers from the applicants. So
well, I think it's interesting what you were saying before, and I guess you could look at this and say, look, the system works if you're organized. In the sense of you got organized and you got in there at the planning commission stage and put up a red flag and said, no, this is not what we want. And there is opposition to this. So the system has built into it, generally speaking, the ability for citizens to be heard. But I think, unfortunately, often we're kind of apathetic, or we just aren't in the know about these things. And so they pop up and we go, oh, well. So groups like yours, I think, that come together. The other group that you're mentioning in Tyrone Township, I know, Residents for Community Preservation. That's another group similar that was put together to sort of be available and be ready for citizens to become involved. So it really is that citizen involvement that makes the difference.
Yes, yeah, and I think this is going to play, having a page where it's not just one township. I mean, we're a county of about 16 plus townships, and my biggest regret is I didn't know what was going on in Tyrone Township. Otherwise, I would have known that possibly this asphalt plant proposal could be coming to us. So when talking to another one of my now neighbors and friends who I didn't know previous, her name's Dawn Condon, we were kind of brainstorming and, talking about how to spread awareness, and she actually came up with the idea, and if we did a watch group countywide, could you imagine the impact that could have? We could have had immediate access to the information that Tyrone Township did, to help our proposal. So that's kind of what this page we're trying to get together. I mean, we're looking for assistance and help from, residents in all of those other townships to help form together and keep that awareness in the forefront of the community eye. With the asphalt plant, I didn't know until way later on in the proposal, probably about the beginning of November, what was going on. And, at that time, it was already pretty far in the process. So that's definitely alarming, because I'm like, how did this get past us? And, it's not that it wasn't, mentioned on their website, but not the everyday citizen goes to their local township website looking for information. So,
right. And when there's fewer sources of news available, it's difficult for residents to stay on top of things. So more important for groups like this, like Fight for Livingston, to
well,
be
and I think it's important to point out too is that you're not against some of these things. It's just let's make the best, most common sense decision on where they end up going, and if they're really needed, obviously. But to find the best place for everybody where it's safe and whatnot. But for folks that may want to get involved for Fight for Livingston, how do they do that? If they want to join and being part of the watch group.
Yes, easy. Just go in, send a request for the watch group, so long as you reside within Livingston County, and you comply with the rules, which is just, the generic, be kind, be courteous type of thing. You'll be accepted in our group.
And that's the Facebook group. You're talking about the Facebook group.
Yes.
Right.
Facebook
So
group.
just search out Fight for Livingston on Facebook and then ask to join, and you can join it there. And you have a website as well, fightforlivingston.com.
Yes, we do. So we know that, we have a very diverse community here, age range. There's some people that aren't tech savvy, an older generation that maybe doesn't like to be on Facebook, or even younger people that are not as tech savvy and choose to stay away from Facebook. So you just go to www.fightforlivingston, and we have an email address on that page. The email address is really easy to remember. It's the same thing, fightforlivingston@gmail.com. And anything you want us to share on the page, if you're not on Facebook, you can email us, a topic, content, information. And also, if there's, information like Tyrone Township had a bunch on the asphalt plant, they could send us, information and research.
Right.
And what we're hoping to do is create an information tab or resources tab in our website and house all that information. So should something happen later down the line, maybe like a gravel pit, it's not approved here in Genoa, but that's not to say it can't go and make a proposal in another neighboring township. Well, then that township would then have access to that research and information, and it could help them on their journey to combat a similar issue.
Right. Excellent. So again, it's fightforlivingston.com, or on Facebook, just search out Fight for Livingston. Suzanne Kowalski, thank you so much. And, keep us in the loop if, the next big thing that's on the horizon. We'd love to have you back on and talk about it.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
All right, Suzanne, thanks for checking in. And again, a special thank you to our Community Spotlight sponsor, Jordan Genso, with the Genso team at Remax Platinum. You can find them on Facebook at Jordan Genso Community Servant, Community Realtor, or call 248-444-9777. And, since Suzanne was mentioning ways to get in touch with their group, Fight for Livingston, how about getting in touch with Mike and John? Got it going on. You can do that. We have an email.
Yes.
Of course, Facebook too.
Mike and John for the win, that's the number 4, @gmail.com. And people have already started to reach out to us and offer some interesting bits. So yesterday or earlier this week, we ate the dog biscuit, and then we were comparing it to Triscuits. Margie emailed and said, "Sorry, Mike, I agree with John. I love Triscuits. Sun-dried tomato and rosemary are my favorite, but I love most flavors. Triscuits are crackers, but nothing like Ritz or Townhouse."
See, and that's what I said. Club. I said club. Townhouse is kind of like the cheaper version.
She was kind of playing the middle there.
I see.
Bit,
Yeah, playing both sides.
That's okay. But thank you, Margie.
Yeah,
but yeah, if you have a comment or an idea, we'd love to hear from you. Again, it's Mike and John for the win, the number 4, @gmail.com. So yeah. So yeah, let us know, and we would want to hear from you as well. We want to thank Firehouse Doors, which is the sponsor for Mike and John Got It Going On, serving residents in Livingston County for the past 24 years. A family-owned business striving to treat each customer like family. I'm a customer, and I feel like I am part of the family when they come and help us out. Yeah, hold on, we're in the middle of the spot, Laura.
Hold on, Laura.
Hang on.
Mandernack.
All right, Firehouse Doors, veteran-owned business. Mike serving in the U.S. Air Force, proudly deployed for Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. It's your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. And until April 1st, if you tell them Mike and John sent you, they will take 5% off your total bill. No exclusions apply. That's Firehouse Doors, 810-599-7480.
All right. Laura Mandernack joining us for What's Up with Laura Mandernack, and Stage to Stage is What's Up with Laura, and that's a fundraiser for the for Howell Theater.
I just have to say this. I am not used to being put on hold like that. Laura Mandernack doesn't get put on hold.
I don't think my cell phone has a.
You don't have
we
a
can
hold.
mute her though.
Yeah, let's mute her.
Let's mute Laura and talk about it.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I'm sorry, I hit dial really quick, and you answered really quick, because sometimes people, when you call them early, they just don't answer right away. So,
all right.
And what's with this? Like, so early. This is even earlier than I used to come into the station. You guys just like getting up in the middle of the night, don't you?
Yeah, we kind of do, and then we get on with the rest of life.
Right. See, the thought behind this is that we record it early, we post it early, so people have it early.
All day to listen.
So we don't
see.
Sorry, it's not about your convenience, Laura. Sorry, we're doing the show around Laura's schedule. Laura, what time should we record today?
9:30 is.
Oh, okay. Excellent. All right, excellent.
The
Yes.
day's almost over by then. So Laura's been a big part of Community Theater of Howell, and you're part of a stage-to-stage fundraiser that's going on this weekend. Tell us a little about it. So tell us about that.
It's going to be pretty cool. So we're holding it at the Howell Historic Theater.
Downtown, yeah.
And which is a great little place. And Tyler he's the owner, and he's very supportive of this kind of activity. So anyway, it's Stage to Stage is what it's called. And it's movie songs and Broadway songs, let's see, some of them are from The Greatest Showman and from Wicked and Jekyll and Hyde. And of course, I will be singing something from Mamma Mia.
Oh, you're doing a little ABBA, huh?
Yes.
And you, of course, you starred in Mamma Mia with the Pinckney Players, which I got to see. And you were in that show with our good friend Mark Mazzullo, who is also in Stage to Stage.
Wow.
Yes, we will. Yes, like it's not just a coincidence. We will be doing the reprisal of our role.
Will you have the costumes? Will you have the costumes?
Yeah, kind of, like whatever that is. I'm on the island, some Greek island. I have to be like kind of bohemian. So I gotta look in my closet.
Oh, I see. Okay, you're costuming yourself.
Yeah, I see.
I am costuming myself.
So what song are you gonna do?
I'm sorry.
What song are you gonna do?
SOS, like the best songs from the show.
All right.
Sing us a few lines.
Do you want to sing? I want to hear you guys sing a few lines.
No. Oh, of SOS?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that one.
We do.
Send me out an SOS.
That's the police.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, you're funny. Yeah.
Is he though?
Yeah, you guys.
I remember ABBA on 8-track in my dad's boat. You know, my dad, an 8-track player, was like really high tech. Let's listen to ABBA and SOS.
How many beers in did ABBA come up?
Well, I was only like 12, but
I meant for you.
They're a great group, man.
Oh, of course they
just had their finger on the pulse of what we wanted, what the world wanted. But so the event starts at 7:00. Doors open at 6:30. You can come in and get some of that great popcorn, and there's beer and wine available for cash. And let's see what else. Oh, so you can go to CTH Theater with an RE.org and get your tickets, $15 tickets in advance, or you can just get them at the door.
Right. So,
and it is a fundraiser for the Community Theater of Howell, and that, of course, will help fund new and upcoming shows.
Yeah, and the Youth Council Leader Council has actually played a big role in this production, and they've put together some raffle baskets too.
Very
so
cool.
that'll be going on, and the raffle basket money will go towards their little part of the organization.
All right.
Very cool.
So again, 7:00 Saturday night, Historic Howell Theater. And you can just, actually, if you just go to Facebook, you just type in Stage to Stage Fundraiser, and up will pop all the details there. Or as you said, you can go to cththeater.org. That's fancy theater with an R-E.
With an R-E.
Remember.
Fancy. Hey, and can I just say this too? If you want something to do, and this is a great opportunity for you guys, because I know that you always wanted to do Zumba, right? You said that to me.
Yes, always.
You guys always wanted to do Zumba.
We want to do things that end with MBA. So Zumba, Mamba, Pumbaa. Yeah.
Anything. Pumbaa, all of those. So the Dexter Wallace Center on Friday the 25th from 5:30 to 6:30 is having an American Heart Association fundraiser, and so that's cool. So it's going to be an hour of dance, so Zumba and line dancing and stuff like that. So you can come.
All right, we
finally
can
do
do
Zumba with me.
Right.
Well,
Why don't we? Here's what we're going to do.
We'll get Zumba pants.
We're going
first.
to email you our appearance fee. And
and there go all the proceeds.
well, you can imagine.
Sorry, guys.
You can imagine the crowds we would draw. Mike and John are going to Zumba. We have to go see that.
Do you know how to Zumba?
Oh my God!
No?
I think that might be in the next
So
Jackass.
is Zumba a little bit like Mamba? You know, the moves. Because I think we could do it right now if you talk us through it.
No.
Come on, stand up.
What?
Stand up. We're going to Zumba.
Conga, Mamba, what is it?
Hold on.
Ready? We're standing up right now. Take
I'm tethered to the headphones.
Okay. So
All right. Our heads are cut off.
like
Hey,
this.
dummy.
Oh, well, go low.
All right.
Go low.
All right.
Cross.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Is it-
All right. All right. What do we do? All right.
Cross.
Wait.
You got it?
All right.
I think we did it with our feet, but
All
the
right.
camera doesn't cover
All right.
that.
So start us with the.
Yeah.
We're in Zumba class. What do we do?
Here we go.
Okay, yeah, you take your left leg and you cross it over your right leg just for just a second. It's like,
And then we
left,
bow?
cross, and cha-cha-cha, right.
What's a
cross,
cha-cha-cha?
Oh, we'd have to move.
Oh, we got to move.
Yeah, we don't
back
got
and
a lot of room
forth.
down here, Laura. All right,
Yeah.
forget it. This is
Our
out.
Zumba stage is not big enough, so we'll have to come on the 25th then. Yeah, tilt the
Wouldn't
camera.
that be great to see you there? Oh my gosh, I'm getting excited just thinking about that.
Us too.
Would it though?
Would it?
All right,
Well,
Laura
anyway.
Mandernack, thanks for joining us. And again, that show is Saturday night at 7, the Historic Howell Theater, downtown Howell, to benefit the Community Theater of Howell.
Yeah, stage to stage fundraising.
Stage to stage. Can't wait to see you guys there for that one.
Yeah,
too.
so lots of fun numbers, and that's the nice thing. It's a review, so you get to see all these, the hot numbers from all the great shows.
Yeah, you don't even have to go to Wharton or the Detroit Opera House. It's right here at the Historic Howell Theater.
And as you mentioned, Tyler DePero, the owner of the Historic Howell Theater, and of course he's got that great popcorn. It always comes back to food for me.
Yes, he does. Coconut oil. Ooh.
Yeah, oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then you said beer and wine as well. So,
So good stuff.
Yes, exactly.
What-
So
what-
we'll see you there.
what wine pairs with popcorn, by the way?
I think really you can just anything actually.
Any wine will
And,
do.
yeah.
So,
For
wine-
Laura, it's wine day every day.
Yeah, right. Okay.
All right.
All right. 7:00 this Saturday night at the Historic Howell Theater, stage to stage. Thanks, Laura.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye, guys.
All right.
Take
Bye-bye.
care. All right, it's time for our 2-cent history lesson before we wrap things up today. Today is
Sure.
February 24th. February 24th. It was on this day in do I want to start there? Yeah, 1914. Clarence Kane.
Clarence.
You know what Clarence did on this
What
day?
did Clarence do?
Invented lifesavers.
Ooh.
He called his confection a hole encased in candy. Weren't we just talking about lifesaver lollipops the other day?
Yeah. You were saying they didn't make them anymore, and I looked them up, and you
Did.
can order them online. They do make them.
But you can't go to like Perry Drugstore
I don't
and get
see
them anymore.
Perry Drugstore. All right, sure.
It was 1974.
Right after I go to Great Scott. Me and mom's taking me to Great Scott. I gotta go shopping.
On this day in 1936, toothbrushes changed forever when the first nylon bristle toothbrush was made in Arlington, New Jersey. It's a big improvement over scrubbing teeth with your finger, or whatever the bristles were made out of back then. 1965, the first Tupperware party was held.
Oh, wow. Welcome.
Remember when
ladies.
Tupperware was a big thing?
Yeah. Well, it still is, just not a party.
Yeah.
You know?
Now we just use Cool Whip containers.
Yeah, it's true.
Or
the lunch
crock
meat-
pot,
the lu-
or
or
the butter thing.
the butter stuff. Yeah. What's it? Crocodile Rock.
Country crock. There it
crock,
is. See,
sure,
it
whatever
takes a
it
little
is.
time
Whatever it
sometimes.
is.
Country crock.
I think actually though
What's
lunch
in the country? Oh, that's
the
not
lunch
butter.
meat containers are
Yeah,
actually
those are
pretty
pretty
good. Those
good,
are
too.
really good. You know, but then at a certain point you got like 14 of them and you're like, all right, this looks shabby.
Hit the recycle bin. Roberta Flack in 1973 had her second #1 hit here in the U.S. You know what it was?
Second.
Second #1 hit.
It's not. Was it Killing Me Softly?
It was
Yeah.
with his song. Started a 5-week run at the top of the charts. It was written about Don McLean,
I did not.
singer
know
from
that.
American Pie.
What was her first hit?
I don't know.
All right, we're gonna look that up.
Roberta Flack. That's fun to say. Flack.
Well, what is?
1976, the Eagles' Greatest Hits became the first album ever certified platinum for sales of over 1 million copies.
Okay.
Didn't everybody have a copy of the Greatest Hits by the Eagles?
Her first hit was The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. She won the record of the year 2 consecutive years. That was in 73, and then in 74 she won Killing
I think
Me
we had that on 8-track on my dad's boat too.
Softly. Right after ABBA. That was 5 beers in.
Buckingham Palace in 1981 announced the engagement of one Prince Charles to Lady Diana Spencer.
They lived happily ever not after.
Yes. And that is our 2-cent history lesson for today.
Wow.
Before you go,
Okay.
women, on average, are 4 times more often than men in their lifetime to do what? We will have the answer on tomorrow.
Oh, I just saw
How
the
about that
answer,
as
but
a
I'll keep
teaser?
it.
How about that?
Yeah. All right, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. So women are
If we
twice as
remember.
more likely to do
No,
what?
4 times more
4
likely than a
times.
guy
4
in their
times.
lifetime to do this.
Okay, that's interesting.
They'll do this 4 times more than a guy in their lifetime.
All right. All right.
So we'll
So,
have that tomorrow.
yeah. Well, great show. Thanks to Suzanne Kowalski for
Great.
Fight for Livingston. Yeah.
5-star?
Wait.
No, 5-star top
No,
shelf.
that'd be excellent.
Oh, okay.
We're 4 stars.
4.5.
It's a 4 star. It's 4 stars.
Yeah,
It's
4.5.
Thursday. It's Thursday. We're building the 5 stars.
Yeah, tomorrow's a 5-star
Yeah,
show.
I
We
don't know.
promise.
What do we got tomorrow?
I don't know.
I know. We'll
What
talk
do we
to
got
Tim
tomorrow?
Robinson tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk sports with Tim tomorrow. Also, our community spotlight coming up tomorrow.
We'll be talking about. You know what?
What?
We've got a double Robinson Friday. Tim Robinson talking sports. Then we're going to be talking with Rich Robinson in our community spotlight.
What about Will Robinson?
Danger. I know Will Robinson. We can't have a triple Robinson. A
No.
double Robinson. It's a double Robinson Friday here on Mike and John Got It going on. And Rich Robinson, they're going to bring back the alumni baseball game here in Howell. Of course, they had to miss a year because of COVID, and they're hoping to bring it back this year. So we'll talk about that and other stuff.
You know, Rich is a friend who could throw that old speedball by you.
Oh, he sure could.
Yeah, he could.
Right.
That Rich Robinson.
Yeah, absolutely. But not to be confused with Will
No,
Robinson.
and Tim Robinson, who was sitting on the bench while Rich Robinson was pitching.
Yes, he was 5 years in as well, waiting for ABBA to come over the loudspeakers. So there you
Take
go.
a chance on me.
Right. All right. Thanks to Firehouse Doors, the sponsor here for Mike and John. Got it going on, and also, you know what?
No, what?
I'm going to tell you what.
Well, tell me what.
It's just for a moment of seriousness. We have had fun and everything,
Yes.
but I just want to say, thinking about the people of Ukraine today. So,
Absolutely.
lots going on there, but we, we're thinking about them, and they're in my thoughts, and
Let's get that worked out.
it's
shall
a
we?
crazy effing world that we live in. So, enough said.
All right, that's going to do it for us today.
I don't have the music. See,
Okay, it's not over yet.
thanks,
It's not over
thanks,
yet.
Putin. Thanks, jerk.
We'll blame it on Putin that the music's not
A-hole.
All right, we're getting the music ready to take us out. That's it. Now we can go. Let's see if we can avoid potholes today. Thanks for everybody that chimed in on our Facebook page. We'll have another fun question for you later on today.
We will.
I got to think of something, but it'll pop in the air and I'll go, oh yeah, let's ask that.
Will it involve a Robinson?
I don't know. It may.
Okay, I guess we'll find out.
Let's see, it Penny, and Mr. Robinson,
Right.
Mrs. Robinson, Mrs. Robinson.
Well, she had it going on. And then
It's all plastic.
Penny, and then what's the
Well,
Judy?
Judy. Hi, Judy.
Hello, Judy.
Judy.
Danger. Judy.
I don't think doctors know
And
that
then,
any
well,
interested.
and then Don, yes. Hi, I'm the single young man who's here to co-pilot your spaceship. Oh, you have a daughter of age? Well,
Judy. Remember when she carried the laser on her hip?
yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Now we're in the exclusive YouTube content portion.
Yes.
This is the after exclusive YouTube.
The after party.
Yeah, this is the after party.
What do we got?
And what a party it is.
What kind of stuff do we have for the after party today?
I don't know. We kind of used it all up.
We were so, I think we're spent on
Yeah.
after content.
So,
Goonie Goo Goo.
what?
I don't know where, that was an Eddie Murphy thing.
Was that a
Goonie Goo Goo.
Goonie Goo Goo?
Goonie
I
Goo
don't
Goo.
remember that.
It was in, I think, his Delirious video.
Okay. Goonie Goo Goo.
Goonie Goo Goo.
Goonie Goo Goo.
I don't know. Google that. Let's see what it says.
All right.
Goonie
This is
Goo
the
Goo
after
Goo.
content.
It really is, after
You
all.
know,
If you made it this far.
Well, yeah, if you're still sticking
Come
around.
on.
Hey, if you're this far in, this is your fault. It's not our
We
fault.
can't help
This
it.
is your fault.
If you made it
All right.
this far, sure. Goonie
Goonie
Goo Goo. Where did that
Goonie.
come from?
Goo Goo.
See, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Was it from Delirious?
It does look like it. He's got the red leather jumpsuit on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
Yeah, that was definitely.
Let's see. Here's a quick. Why did Eddie Murphy say Goonie Goo Goo and Delirious?
Yeah.
That was him quoting his father having an inebriated meltdown during a family function. Goonie Goo Goo. Put on a hipper.
There's a Roberta Flack. That's
All right.
going to do it. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, that's yours. You're talking to the microphone, but remember,
Oh,
this
we got
is
it.
exclusive YouTube content.
I
These
forgot.
are all-
this
I turned
microphone.
those off. Yeah.
They're done.
Yeah.
They're just props right now.
Right.
Baby.
Killing softly
with his song.
Good Lord. I'm gonna end this right now.